Are you ready to kickstart your journey into game design? Join my Intro to Game Design course, where in just as little as 4 weekends, you'll learn the essentials of creating your very own video games. From understanding game mechanics and level design to mastering Unreal Engine and bringing your ideas to life. This hands-on course has it all. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to level up your skills, this is your chance to start your game development journey. So sign up today at this website, gamecraftacademy.co.uk, and create your very first game with us. All you got to do is simply click on the apply button, read a little bit about what's on offer on the course, and click that book now button. Course starts on February 1st, and there is limited availability, so do get yourself booked in, as it is first come first serve. Thank you. Hello folks, and welcome back to another video on how to build a game in Unreal Engine 5. Now this one's going to be very simple to do. We're going to create a very popular game called Flappy Bird. Now there is plenty of tutorials throughout YouTube on how to do this. However, I thought it would be a nice little introduction for some of my students or future students who want to get into game development. They can have a little play around with this course and see how they feel about it before progressing on. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, okay? I'm using Unreal Engine 5.5, okay, so the newest version at the moment. And we're going to start this time with a blank project, okay? We're going to keep desktop, we can keep call the preset maximum, put starter content in there. We'll just call these Flappy Bird prototype. Prototype, 2 T's. Then click create. I'm just going to pause this until my project opens. Okay, so here's the project opened. Okay, this is a blank project. It's got like an open world environment, which we're not going to use, to be honest. Okay, but we are setting up our own controller, so that's why I'm using this project. All right. So what we'll do a little bit of UI setup for the way we're going to work. Okay, down the bottom here it says content drawer. You can click on that, or you can press Control Spacebar. I want to dock this in the layout. You'll probably see yours if you open it up for the first time. The tab might be here. If so, grab it. Just hold down the left mouse button and drop it in here at the bottom. Okay. And then these 3 little dots, I want to change it to new editor window. So then every time I go to test out the mechanic or play the game, this window will appear. Obviously I can only record on one screen. So this is how I'm doing it. I put my scalability down to medium. You don't need to do anything there. I'm just doing that because it's just easier for me when I'm using OBS to record this. Okay, so it saves a little bit of a lag, I've noticed. Also over here, you'll want to have your outliner. Bring it, keep keep the details window and the world settings here. Now, if you're brand new to Unreal Engine, like I said, this course is pretty much set up for you. If world settings or any of these windows do not appear, so some people's when they open up Unreal for the first time, world settings isn't there. Let's say if you go up to Window in the taskbar, and you see world settings. If you click on it, it will appear. Okay, so have yourself organized like that so it's easy to follow along. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is our content browser. This is where everything that we need for our project is going to be stored. So if I click on content, well, we're already in there, I suppose. I'm going to right click. I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this blueprints. And we're also going to go file, new level. I'm going to select basic because it has like the lighting and everything set up. We'll press create. And then we got our player start here as well, as you can see, which is good. So we will press file, save current level as, and we'll call this level 1. All right. Oh, I've spelled it wrong. You'll notice if you've watched my videos before, or if you're new, I do that quite a lot. I can't, not the best, but we get there. Okay, so continue with rename. That's cool. And then let's open up blueprints. And then let's right click and let's create a blueprint class. we'll select character and we'll call it BP. Um, I mean, maybe you want to mix this up. You want to put a different character in, but just for this, I'm going to put Flappy Bird in here. Okay, so I'm main character. It's a player. All right. And then if it's selected, you can press spacebar to open it up or double click on it just to open it up. Okay. And in here, we're going to just do some very basic stuff. All right. So for the mesh, hmm, I want to keep the mesh hidden, okay? Because we're gonna. I don't have an actual Flappy Bird. If you have your own model, you can put it in. You can find one on Fab, Catch Fab, etc. Maybe we'll do that towards the end, you know. Um, let's see. So what we want to do is just on the Flappy Bird self, click Add the component, and I'll put a static mesh in here as a placeholder for the moment. I'm just going to put Bird. Then over in the right in the details section where it says static mesh, there's a little arrow next to none. Let's select that, and I'm just going to put a little sphere in here for now. Mm, sphere SM, static mesh, sphere. There we go. Is it just really small or something? Press R. Let me see. Yeah, it's just really small. Let's change it up till about 150. Maybe 80. Cool. So I just press the padlock there for scale. So every time if I put in a value, it will change them all at the same time. Okay. Now my capsule collision component, I am gonna, sorry, I'm gonna just change the half height down, bring it down, and put the radius out a bit. So I got it just it fits around, and that's decent. Okay. All right. And I just want to add just an arrow component, just so I know which way I'm facing for the moment, okay? See this little arrow? Just going to keep that there. I'll get rid of it later on. It's just because we're just doing the script, we're doing the programming side of things, creating whole systems. So later on, yeah, we'll add in some artwork and make it look really nice, okay? Um, so yeah, I've done that. Now what we want to do is we want to add a camera boom or sorry, spring arm. So and with the mesh selected, I can click Add, type in Spring Arm. Okay, just keep the same name because that's what it is. And with the Spring Arm selected, press E to rotate. We want to rotate it minus 90 degrees because obviously it's a side scroller, isn't it? So basically, this is going to be linked now to, if I add a camera, should be yeah, just a camera like so, and I just rotate that 90 degrees as well. All right. And then over here on the right, we're going to make some changes. So select the spring arm again. And I want to have a little bit of a camera lag, enable camera lag. We'll do 10 for the moment. The target arm length, we'll have a little look in a second. Let me press play. Okay. Oh, good. Because I need to go world settings. And we'll do game mode. And then we need to create a game mode actually. Yes, let's do that as well. So in blueprints, let's right click, go blueprint class, game mode base. So game mode base basically defines the game being played, its rules, scoring, and other facets about the game. And it'll also link us to our BP Flappy Bird. So we'll create game mode base. And I'll just call it BP Flappy underscore game mode. All right, and then we'll open that up. And then if we go to our, oh, actually, what happened there? Oh, the game mode. I mean, Yeah, yeah. If you go to default pawn class, just haven't done that in a while, so so if you go to default pawn class and select BP Flappy Bird and press compile, and if you minimize this window, and then now in our world settings, we can change our game mode to Flappy game mode. You can see that it's default pawn class Flappy Bird. So when I press play, we can now see our little sphere. Now, obviously, there's no other logic in here. We've just basically brought in the right character linked to the game mode that we want to set up. Okay. Now we can't do anything. We can just see our sphere. Okay. So I'll press escape as the hotkey to get rid of that. And then we're gonna have to mess around more with BP Flappy Bird. Okay, so select the capture component. And then what we want to do is we want to simulate physics. And we can change the mass to 1. And also, we want to change our collision preset from pawn to physics actor. Okay. So yeah, just compile that what you've done. So through simulated physics, if I press, well, let's just get our player start. Let's break, just pull it up here. Press play, you can see that it falls now. So that's the physics. Because you know in Flappy Bird, you want to the bird has physics where you need to keep pressing a button to keep it from falling up the ground, and that's where you dodge the little obstacles. Okay, whether they're logs or pipes or whatever. But yeah, so that's cool. So let's give it some controls now. Okay, so we'll go BP Flappy Bird. We'll go to the event graph. All right, find some space, and we're going to use the I don't know. Let's use the left mouse button for now. There's another way to do this, but this is just a quick prototype and way to do controls. And then we will get our capsule component, and we'll set physics linear velocity. So set physics linear velocity. Turn it up to pressed. Okay. And then from the capture component, we will add an impulse and then run our line of execution as well, like so. And in the Z value, we're going to change it to 550, which seems to be a nice little value for it. We press compile, we press play. Now I'm using the left mouse button, and it's moving up and down. It's quite a nice little touch, actually. Um, Bounces a bit there. So now we've given it some physics. So imagine that's our bird flying. Now we need to obviously make it move right all the time. Okay, but that's our first little step done there. Okay. So yeah, let's continue. Let's press escape. So yeah, another thing quickly as well. Later on when we have our bird or our model in the game, you'll see it maybe rotate or get stuck, etc. So we just select the capsule, and then if we scroll down here, where is it? Physics, and constraints. Yeah, if you go to constraints, you want to lock the position in the X and the Y and the rotation in the X and the Z. Just to avoid it from getting stuck pretty much, okay? So we'll just compile that. We'll file, we'll save all. Okay, so I'll jump into our blueprints folder here. Okay, and we'll create the obstacle. Now, I see, to be honest, guys, I haven't played Flappy Bird in years. I just thought, you know what? It's a little course to make. Why not? So I don't know if it's logs or if it's pipes or whatever the obstacles are. But we'll right click and we'll create a blueprint class. We'll select actor and we'll call it BP underscore obstacles just to be on the safe side. But anyway, we'll press enter. We'll open that up. Okay, now obviously we don't have a lot in here at the minute. Okay, I don't have any models. We're just prototyping, as I've said. So we'll just add a static mesh. Um, I'll just call this one. It doesn't really matter. Just keep it static mesh. It's fine. I'll get a cube. Just for now, as a placeholder. And we'll pull this one up like so, back here. It's all trial and error. I haven't tested this out, so I don't know how it's going to look just yet, but we can fix it later. All right. So I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to pull this one down as well, like here, somewhere in around there anyway. Okay. Um, and let me just have a little look here. Something. So with the axes. Yeah. Right. We're gonna so to get this to move, basically the bird's not gonna move left or right. Okay. Obviously it doesn't move left anyway. It's actually the environment that moves. Um and the bird just jumps through it. Okay, so it's to move it we can use a we'll just click on the self, add a projectile movement. Okay. Press enter. Now with the projectile movement selected in the details, we need to disable gravity. So to do that, just type in oh, my days. Type in gravity in the details section and change the value from 1 to 0. And then you're also going to want to change the initial speed to about, I don't know, 200, max speed 200. Okay, so we'll see what those values are like in a moment. Okay, so I'll minimize this window and I'm going to just bring these in here like so. So it's important to get the right location. Okay. Now, I need to know which way these are going to move if I need to, rotate this object or whatever, okay? So with this selected, I can click the three little dots here and just click simulate. So it's moving the opposite way, okay? That's fine. So all I need to do now is just rotate the object, okay? All right. Could have put in a little arrow component just to know. But now if I simulate it, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, it's going every shape. But that's fine. Let me just take it back a little bit here, give myself a chance. If I press play, oh, now that gap's obviously huge, and there I've hit the collider and the camera is spun around. To be honest though, isn't that fine? That could be like a little cool death effect, right? But we're on our way. Okay, so that is pretty handy. All right, and a little impulse, it's fine. Yeah, cool. All right, so on to the next step. So I've added in, or basically just duplicated these, moved them over, and yeah, it's got a little issue. If I press play, it's too bouncy. The impulse is too strong. Okay, I've actually done it here, have I? Oh no, see, it's too sensitive. Okay, so we're gonna fix that. All right. Let's open up our BP Flappy Bird, get our event tick. Okay. Basically to check for it every second. It checks this event we're about to create. We'll get a reference to our capsule component and we'll get physics, linear velocity. And we'll run our execution. And then we'll right click on the return value and we'll split the structure pin. From the Z value, we want to know if it's greater than. And then we need to get our branch. Joined up to the condition. And then if it's true, you come off the capture component and you want to add impulse. Let's double click to reroute this just so we can see what's being plugged into where. ZVEX, we'll give it a value of 15. Okay. So compile, press play, and let's test that out. Oh, my apologies, guys. Test this out. Oh, wow. No, 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 no. My apologies. Duh, Brian. Instead of 15, minus 15, guys. Okay, sorry. in the z-axis. So boom, boom. Oh, that much. Oh wow, yeah, 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 yeah. That's just I suck clearly at my own game. Oh no. Oh. It's a bit sensitive, but I'll play around with the impulse. Plus that gap is way too huge. Boom, boom. All right. Oh no, that now it's too close together. Trial and error, my friends. Trial and error. All right. Oh, let's do this. Oh no. So we needed to drop more, or is that just? I mean, am I cheating? I'm kind of addicted now, but I do want to play this to see how it feels before we move on. A little bit of testing doesn't hurt at all. We need to get the right sort of gap. When I'm making courses, I don't really plan them out ahead. I don't, YouTubers, I have a lot of respect for you because it's a lot of time goes into making videos, and I just don't have that time. Oh, wow, okay, cool, all right, brilliant. All right, so yeah, so I just try to do it on the fly. But yeah, that seems to work. So we've already got like the real basic Flappy Bird set up already. Brilliant. Now, what I will say is the camera's far too close. Okay, so well, if you open up the Flappy Bird blueprint and just click on the spring arm, change the target arm length to about 500. Click compile, and that should be a nice little touch, I think. Yeah. Oh, I was never any good at this game, to be honest. Okay, we gotta obviously fix it. Obviously, when we hit these, we want to die. Also, when we hit the ground, we want to die, and then we want to create a score system. Okay, cool. File, save all. And guys, yes, thank you for watching. We'll actually sort that in the next episode, so please stay tuned. But in the meantime, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a lot, and it means you'll not miss the next episode. And also, guys, feel free to head over to gamecraftacademy.co.uk where you can sign up to the Introduction to Game Design course for only £199, which takes place for only 4 weekends, where you'll learn the whole ins and outs of the game design thought process and industry standard techniques. Thank you.